Hey, what's up guys, Stella from Ather Gaming, and I'm back with you guys with a brand new video. Before we get into that guys, I'd like to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, Shop Card Advantage. Be sure to check them out in the description, and while you're there, be sure to use code LAUNCH, L-A-U-W. Be sure to use the code LAUNCH, L-A-U-N-C-H, all capitals for 10% off your order. We'd like to give a huge shout out to our Discord members as well as our patrons. Be sure to check out the description for more information on that, as well as basically everything else you need to know will be in the description. But yeah, without further ado guys, get ready for this new Dinosaur Mist Valley lock. Alright guys, so starting off with the deck profile. With the monsters, you have your Dinos, which is triple Overraptor, as well as one Carbonetton. Overraptor is here as just like the essential starter. It is your one card Needle Fiber, so you know it provides a lot for the deck. But this is actually all that you play for the Dinos. So yeah, but they're still very, very, very important, even though it is a really small lineup. You really want to see Overraptor in your starting hand. Yeah, and then Carbonetton just here because it's what you send off Overraptor. So yeah, that's that. Off to the other starters, one Armageddon Knight and one Dark Grepher. Basically, your whole deck is comprised of dark monsters that work in the graveyard. So these two are really, really important to play. In some instances, actually no, in most instances, Dark Grepher is the better card. But you know, there are times when Armageddon Knight does have his time to shine. So yeah. Next off, the reason why these two guys are at 1, you play the triple copies of Destiny Hero Malicious. So yeah, as I just mentioned, this card is literally the, or maybe not the leading reason, but one of the big reasons why these two are at 1. Because, guys, like, Malicious just provides so much, because it gives you like 3 free extenders, or 2 free extenders, and with Grepher and with Armageddon Knight, just easily being able to access him. And with Dark Grepher, you can pitch him to special summon, or you can pitch him to dump another card with Grepher. Like, there's just so many like different things that this card brings to the table in terms of, you know, like support for this deck that, you know, like it's mandatory you have to play it. So yeah, that's it for the starters. So next off you go into the dangers. So the dangers are literally the best consistency engine that you can play, because they also provide bodies for you as well as draws. So you start off with 1 Nessie, 2 copies of a Snake, 2 copies of your Jackalope, and 2 copies of 3 copies of your Mothman. So yeah, this is basically what every single danger lineup is gonna be looking like now. So yeah, that's why you play these. Let me see real quick. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dangers. Math. Yeah. So these 8 are really, really standard. But the rest that I play are actually 3 copies of Chupacabra, 2 copies of Thunderbird, and 1 copy of Bigfoot. So 3 Chupacabra and 2 Thunderbird really isn't standard at all. The Bigfoot's always been there, but the 3 and 2, you play Chupacabra because it's a 4, so it's actually important in being able to make some of your rank 4 plays, just in case some of your combo pieces you want to recur. And the Thunderbird is important because it's a wing beast, as well as another name, but the main thing is it's a wing beast. So some of your extra deck cards are actually important that you have a wing beast, so that's why you play that. And Bigfoot's Bigfoot, provides utility going second, and it's also just another name, so yeah. It also has a lot of attack, meaning if you can summon that out and you're going for game, then you can probably kill anything in the game. So that's it for the actual, I guess, combo pieces. Now off to your tuners. Play 1 copy of Flammable Guard, 1 copy of Glow Bulb, 1 copy of Plague Spreader, 1 copy of Steam the Cloak, 1 copy of Destrudo. You play Needle Fiber, so you want to play as many targets as possible. Flammable Guard is actually here literally just for the Carbonetton that you play. Your target is Flammable Guard. If you want, guys, you can actually play Labradorite Dragon, because it's a dark monster, so you can actually do some cute plays with that, with Curious and whatnot. It's also level 6, meaning Labradorite Dragon plus Malicious could make a Beatrice, so you can actually do a lot of cool stuff with that. But I chose Flammable Guard because it's a level 1, it's normal summonable, so it has a little more flexibility if you happen to hard draw it. And then Bulb, Plague Spreader, Steam the Cloak, and Destrudo are really, really important because they can all recur themselves, as well as if you look at these 3 right here, they're all darks, so you can do a lot of cool plays with that. Steam the Cloak's Wing Beast, so it's probably the most important tuner in this deck, but yeah, those are the tuners that you play. Then the last dark monster you play is one copy of Zephyros. This card is actually like a really interesting card in the deck because it's you play dangerous, so it's important to bounce them. He can recur himself from the graveyard. He's a level 4, so he can make some cute rank 4 plays. He's a dark monster, so you can make Curious. He's Wing Beast, so you can make some extra deck plays. He has pretty decent attack at 1600. So, like honestly, this card is actually like the perfect support card that could be made for this deck. So yeah, it's honestly really good. Last two monsters you play are the combo pieces that I always keep referring to, and that's one copy of Apex Avian, one copy of Mist Valley Thunderbird. So basically, to quickly summarize, Apex Avian, you can bounce a Mist Valley monster that you control to negate and any of your opponent's card effects. And what Thunderbird does is if it is bounced, you can special summon it again. So you would Apex Avian, bounce Thunderbird, Thunderbird, special back. Apex Avian, bounce Thunderbird, Thunderbird, special back. So you keep negating everything that your opponent has to offer. So that's the loop, and I'll show you guys later on in the video how you get to it. So that's it for the monsters. It's a very heavy lineup, but that's because every single launch is important. Next up, I've played triple copies of Allure of Darkness because once again, as I said, all of the monsters are important. You want to see them, you want to dig deep, you want to see your combo pieces, you always want to be able to play, and that's what Allure allows you to do. We also play a lot of Dark, so that's why it's really good. And now for the one-ofs, one Rhoda, one Foolish Burial, one Monster Born, one more Legacy Succession. Monster Born Succession are here to revive back your Mist Valley cards if you happen to send them off to the graveyard, as well as just have extra extenders. They're really nice. Foolish Burial is here because you can Foolish literally anything in your deck and be able to combo off of it. And Rhoda is here to get to your starter pieces. So all four of them have their roles, and all four of them are really nice. And the last spell you play is one copy of Upstart Goblin. You're playing a danger deck, you're playing a combo deck, you want to have as much consistency as possible, and Upstart having that one less card in your deck is a really big help. And the last card you play is a trap card. You play one of it, one copy of Imperial Order. You can get very easy access to this card. So that's how you play it. You can send it off Curious, set it off Griffin. You can do a lot with this card. It's a win button. It's a win button against a lot of decks. And the only thing that actually breaks your deck's board is Dark Ruler No More, which Imperial Order just flat out stops. So, yeah. That's for the main deck, guys. I play 40 cards. Now, off into the extra deck, starting off with Link 1s. I play one copy of Linkribo and one copy of Relinquished Anima. So, both of them actually have their own purposes and their own utilities. What Linkribo does is, it provides you protection from battle against any monsters that can attack over your Apex Avian, as well as it also provides a downward pointer. And Relinquished Anima, what it does is going second, you can basically target any monster that it points to and steal it and equip it to itself. So it helps break your opponent's board going second. Going first, you make Linkribo. Going second, you make Anima. Long story short. And what Linkribo can also provide is it can recur itself, meaning playing one Linkribo is technically like you're playing two Linkribos because it always comes back. And the longer on that a duel plays out, the more value Linkribo gets because it can keep coming back every turn. And Relinquished Anima is just here. You only make it going second. So yeah. They're also both darks, so you can make Curious with them. So that's really nice. Off the Link 2 is the brand new one copy of Crystal Needle Fiber and one copy of Union Carrier. These cards are both brand new in Duel Overload. And what Needle Fiber does is you can make it using two monsters, and one of them has to be a tuner. You can also use two tuners to make it, but that's not what you usually do. So on summon, you can spell summon one level 3 or lower tuner monster from your hand or deck. That's its first effect. And its second effect is a quick effect. You contribute it during your opponent's turn, and you can special summon one tuner synchro monster from your extra deck. You don't use that second effect at all in this deck, but the first effect is really what makes it good because you can special summon out your copy of Steam the Cloak with it. And then at that point, you can really just extend to everything that you want. And Union Carrier's effect is you can target one monster you control and then equip one monster from your hand or deck with the same type or attribute as the targeted monster as an equip spell, which gains 1,000 attack to the equipped monster. So basically, it's a lot of words that just says you can equip any monster from your deck essentially, and that's what you use to get out this card. So yeah, you guys will see later on how it all works out. Then last 2 Link 2s, 1 Phoenix, 1 Barricade Borg. Phoenix here for utility, helps out troublesome back row. Also 900 attack is not too bad. And Barricade Borg is here for, for allowing you free discard outlet whenever you need it, as well as it is a dark Link 2, so you can make it really easily into curious plays. So that's it for Link 2s. Off the Link 3s, the brand new Simorgh, Bird of Sovereignty. So what this card does, guys, is it actually has a lot of effects, but its main effect that you use is that during the end phase, you can special summon 1 winged beast monster from your deck, whose level is equal to the amount of whose level is equal to or less than the unused spell trap cards zones on the field. So yeah, you can basically special out your copy of your Apex Avian for free during the end phase. So yeah, that's why you play that. Its other effect is also winged beast monsters that it points to cannot be targeted by card effects. So yeah, but that's really it for the effects that you need to use. The other Link 3s, Curious and Unicorn. Curious is here because you make it in the combo to send your Imperial Order. And Unicorn is here for the utility going second. I don't really have to explain these cards more. They've literally been in every single danger deck ever. And the last 2 Links, 1 Borrelsword, 1 Griffin. These are your 2 Link 4s. Borrelsword is here for your going second, or not even going second, but also for your turn 2 play. You would lock them out turn 1, turn 2, Borrelsword, kill them. So that's why you play that. And Griffin is here because it is how you bring back the order after you sent it from your deck to the graveyard. So yeah, it's really, really important. Another important thing to note about Griffin is its secondary effect is that monsters on the field cannot activate their effects unless they are linked. That includes himself. So that means that he either has to be in a zone that a link monster points to, or he has to be a link monster that points to another monster, which is really, really important. Because if you make Griffin and it's not pointing to anything and nothing is pointing to it, it cannot activate its effect, which is important to note. So that's it for links you play. Off the XYZs, the rank 4s is just 1 Dweller. You play 1 Dweller, sorry. And, I don't really have to explain this card too much, or I don't feel like I have to explain it much. Because if you're trying to play around Nibiru, you make Dweller, and you basically just shut out 90% of the decks in the game, so it's literally just a win button. Dugaris and Dagos Emerald. This is what you use to recur back these 2 if they accidentally get sent to the graveyard off your Dangers or off Curious. So yeah, they can recur them back with ease. So yeah, that's really, really good. And then 1 copy of Dawn Dragster. This is the last card you play in your extra deck. It's honestly kind of a flex spot, but it does come up in certain instances where because you play Destrudo, you can make it really easily sometimes. And because you happen to play cards like Malicious, which is level 6, and you happen to play a lot of, not a lot of, but you happen to play really accessible level 1 tuners, plus Malicious, level 1, plus level 6. One of them is a tuner, so you can make a level 7 Synchro, and Dawn Dragster is the best one for that. So yeah, guys, that's it for the main deck and extra deck. Off into the combo. But yeah, guys, so now off into the combo. You guys see I'm shuffling up in front of your eyes. There is no cuts between me shuffling and me drawing the cards. So yeah, guys, as I shuffle, guys, be sure to comment down how your day went. We love to read those, and we love to respond to all the comments down below. If you guys have any recommendations for this deck profile, or any things that you guys would play differently, or that you guys think differently on this deck, be sure to comment down below. We love to get any feedback that we could. Be sure to check out all the links in the description. Be sure to check out our lovely sponsors, Shop Card Advantage. Be sure to use the code LAUNCH. Be sure to check out our Patreon link, our Discord link, our Facebook links if you need to contact us over anything. And yeah, guys, so now let's just pick up these and put them here and just give it one more good shuffle and a cut. And now let's draw the hand. So, start off, you do Danger Bigfoot, Destro Malicious, Dark Greffer, Chupacabra, and your Snake. So, over here, you could special summon the Greffer out of your hand, but honestly, I don't know if I would do that. Like, if I'm being honest with you guys. What I would rather do is I would just normal summon the Greffer, and not even use this effect, actually. I would just normal summon. Actually, no, I would definitely use this effect. So, what you do is you normal Greffer, use this effect, pitch Malicious, and send pitch Malicious to the graveyard right there, and you are gonna send your copy of Zephyros to the graveyard. It doesn't really matter what you send now that I think about it, but so guys, now that you've sent the Zephyros, just gonna do a little bit of shuffling because you are about to draw, hopefully off dangers, and you're gonna start off with your Chupacabra. So Chupacabra, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're gonna roll. You rolled a 3, 4. So you're gonna hit the Tsushinoko, special the Chupacabra, and draw. So you drew the Overraptor. Tsushinoko will activate its effect and will special up. Now you're gonna use Bigfoot. So 1, 2, 3 Bigfoot and 4, 5, 6 is the Overraptor. So you rolled it, and I know you guys couldn't see it, but I got a 5, so I'll re-roll it for you. So I got 4. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you hit this and you special it out. Let's just fix up the zones and draw. So you drew into Glow Bulb. This is fine. Now guys, whatever this last card is, you actually want to be really, really careful as to not discard this card because you need it in the combos for your Nightmare Griffin. So yeah. Now, okay, first you'll activate your Malicious effect because you want to get it out of the grave. So you will use your Malicious to summon out Malicious. And then you will link these 3 off right here. You prefer to keep the 4s on the board because, like I said, if you accidentally mill some of your combo pieces, you want to be able to put them right back. So you have, you will make your copy of Curious right there. Cool. Curious is going to activate its effect on summon, and this is where you send your copy of Imperial Order from your deck directly to your graveyard. You're going to keep shuffling now. Now Curious will activate its effect to mill 3 cards. So it will mill a Plague Spreader Zombie, an Armageddon Knight, and a copy of Dangerous Thunderbird. So Plague Spreader getting sent was actually pretty cool, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah. Now over here guys, what you can do is you will activate your Zephyros' effect to actually special itself and to bounce Chupacabra back to your hand. Now you can use Chupacabra right here. So 1, 2, 3 Chupacabra, 4, 5, 6 Glow Bulb. This is just try to see if you can get some extra draws. So 4, 5, 6, you hit the Glow Bulb, you special the Chupacabra, and you draw. You drew the Carbonetton. Another fantastic card to draw. As basically every single card in this deck is great to draw once you've actually gotten your main board established. So yeah, now you can proceed to link off these 2 into your copy of Nightmare Griffin. This is what I mentioned before. When you summon Griffin, you want to make sure that you have a monster underneath it so you can actually use its effect. And you're going to do that here. You're going to use the Griffin's effect, discard your Carbonetton, and you're going to set back your copy of your Imperial Order face down on your side of the field. Cool. Now guys, you have a lot of extenders in your graveyard. You have Carbonetton, you have Glow Bulb, you have Plague Spreader. You have a lot of different cards that you can use. You have Militia as well. Like there's so many cards in your graveyard that you can use here. But just for the sake of it, I'm just gonna use Carbonetton. So Carbonetton to bring out your copy of your Flammable Guard. Cool. So then you will turn Flammable Guard and Griffin into your copy of, if I can find it, your copy of Needle Fiber. Use Needle Fiber's effect right here. Sorry, you prefer to summon the Needle Fiber here. So you will use Needle Fiber's effect right here to summon out from your deck the best tuner in this deck, 1 copy of Blackwing Steam the Cloak. Cool. Now over here guys, you actually have many plays that you can do. If I'm being honest with you guys. You guys can overlay into a Dweller actually right here, which I will do right here. So you can overlay into Dweller right here. Okay, cool. Then you can proceed to link these guys off right there into your Simorgh Bird of Sovereignty. Now, Steam the Cloak's effect is going to trigger. Because it left the field, you will summon a token to your side of the field. So you have your token, let's just say you summon it right there. It doesn't really matter. Because you're going to actually proceed to tribute this token to summon Steam back from the graveyard. And now you will activate your Malicious effect, because you still have 1 left in deck, to banish itself, and to summon out another Malicious, your final Malicious from the deck. Now you're going to link these 2 off into your Union Carrier right here. Yes. Yes. One sec. Thing on zones. Yes. Okay. So yeah, you just summon it just like this. Okay. Cool. Or this too. It honestly doesn't matter. Just you just want to summon it somewhere. Now what you're gonna do is so if you guys don't know, to make Union Carrier, you just use 2 monsters with the same type or attribute, and Malicious and Steam the Cloak were both dark. So now Steam the Cloak's effect is gonna activate to summon out another copy of this token. All right, cool. Now you can proceed to link the token away into your copy of Link Rebo. All right, nice. Over here, you can now use your Union Carrier to target your Simorgh, to equip your copy of your Mist Valley Thunderbird to it, because they are both Wind Beasts. So yeah, so you can use Union Carrier to equip the Mist Valley to the Simorgh. Alright, cool. Now what you can proceed to do here is, with this hand, honestly, like I actually had a lot that I could do. So over here, actually no, over here you're fine. Over here you're just gonna proceed to end phase, and end phase, for you guys don't know, Simorgh will summon out from the deck. So you will summon out the Apex Avian right there, and you want to make sure to summon it to his zone so he can't be targeted by card effects. Just provide that little bit of protection is always nice. And now during your opponent's turn, you can just flip the Imperial Order on them. So now if they have that Dark Ruler no more, if they had that Super Poly, whatever it was, they no longer can actually use it against any of your board. You have the Abyss Dweller, meaning just in case your opponent does happen to somehow break this board, if you just shotgun the Abyss Dweller during their standby phase and attach really anything, then they still can't play because they still have to deal with Order and Dweller and Apex Avian, which can negate anything. So once again, I'm going to explain how the loop works. Apex Avian can bounce any Mist Valley card from your field to your hand to negate a card effect, and when Mist Valley Thunderbird is bounced from the field to the hand, you can special summon it out. So you would bounce it, then special summon it, then bounce it, then special summon it, then bounce it and special summon it, and just negate everything that your opponent has. So yeah guys, this is the board, and yeah. Alright guys, so that was it for the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're brand new. Be sure to comment down, once again, as I said during the combo, be sure to comment down anything that you guys would do differently, or any changes that you guys would make to the deck. We love to get your guys' feedback on that. We love to respond to comments. Once again, be sure to like if you haven't already. Be sure to subscribe if you are brand new. We try to post as often as possible.